Yo guys, what's going on? It's Aces here today with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a future change coming to the flea market. Now, it's not anytime soon, so do not get too upset about this, but it is in the plans. At least Nikita wants the flea market to be changed in this way. But before we talk about what that way is, you got to do me a favor. You got to hit that like button down below. And you got to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, man. I'd love to have you around tips, tricks, money, guys, gameplay, and more here. And we're about to start a brand new series here on the channel called Fence and Factory Only. Basically what it is, it's a series where we're starting a brand new level 1 standard account, and we only buy and sell from Fence, and we only play on Factory. There's not really an objective. It's just buying really shitty gear and bringing it into Factory and seeing what happens. That's the concept of the series. I have no idea if it's going to do well or not here on the channel, but I wanted to think of something semi-original, and that's what I came up with. So that should be uploaded, the first episode, later tonight for you guys. So let's hop right into this one, man. Going to the flea market, the change we are going to be talking about is a flea market that looks like this right here. Now, obviously, in this screen right here, we have all our traders with the barters, but it's going to be players too, and if we would scroll down enough, we would see that under whatever item it might be, and we get a better look at it on some of these other items here once we start scrolling down. You know, obviously not as many barter items in the game that have actual barters for them when it comes from the traders. Usually it's gear, weapons, meds, food, all that good stuff. When it comes to barter items, this is what the flea market, in theory, in the future, would look like. It's going to be barter only. And that is extremely scary for a lot of us to think about because a lot of us rely on the flea market to have enough income to buy those items that we do actually need for the hideout, for our kits, whether it's just some extra ammo to bring in a raid or it's just some magazines. We rely on a lot of the income that comes from the flea market to then use for the traders to have enough money to do so. And if we essentially took out any rubles transactions from the flea market, we would be quick selling a lot of shit to traders, and a lot of those very expensive items that you can get a very, very nice markup for in the flea market, such as graphics cards, you are now forced to barter for. And that would essentially pretty much tank the Tarkov economy permanently. Now, don't get me wrong. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It might even be what Tarkov needs to make the game just that much more hardcore and to stop players from bitching so much about the loot spawns. If you can't sell the loot, then you can't bitch about the loot because it doesn't really matter if you get it or not. But at the end of the day, this is a change that Nikita wants in the game, a barter-only flea market, and it's actually really scary to think about because, like I said, we rely so heavily on our income, so heavily on getting that trader rep up just to get another offer. When they changed the offers to 2 this way, there were thousands of players that felt that change going from 3 to 2. That just shows how heavily we really rely on selling things for actual rubles. So first, I want to know your thoughts before we get any deeper in the video. Are you guys for this change or are you against this change? Personally, if we're going to make a major change to the flea market, I'd say just get rid of it. Test it for a couple weeks, see what happens. Obviously, we had that event not too long ago where the flea market was pretty much shut down for a pre-wipe event. You couldn't use it at all. And, you know, after that, a couple days later, we had a bunch of cheap prices on the traders, so nobody really cared. But we got our first look at it, and we got a little bit of feedback to BSG in that event. But when it comes to permanently removing the flea market, I don't know. I feel like that would be a good step, or the barter only, but at the end of the day, I feel like the barter only might still be abused somehow, and there's a lot more intricate things that might happen behind the scenes that I don't really want to talk too much about, but you know, the contraband words that Battlestate Games don't like, I don't support it one bit myself, but I don't even want to say it because Battlestate is so against it, and you guys know I'm very, very pro Battlestate Games and pro Nikita, so things that they don't like, I don't want to discuss, and that's why I've never made a video about the shitbags that run around labs. So when it comes to a barter-only flea market, it would really change the dynamic, but we've already kind of started to see this with very expensive keys, and that's kind of the next point that I wanted to touch on. When it comes to the marked key, we have seen this the entire way. There's almost no sales of this for money. It is all barter. And I'm not going to lie, I have done it myself. I have bartered for some marked keys by getting Marin keys, and I've gotten Marin keys for my scav runs. Or I have seen some people are getting them now from their tasks, from traders, some of their weeklies, some of those higher level ones are giving out Marin keys. So that's super cool. Me personally, I haven't really played Lighthouse, so I am using the marked key a lot. I love customs, and me personally, you know, I love doing these trades when it comes to the cheap and affordable ones, not ones for 9 GPUs and green cards and all this other shit. I'm trying to find one that doesn't look like a sus-ass listing for you guys, but I'm kind of having a problem doing that. Let's see, 3 packs, 4 packs. Okay, man, you know, I just can't fucking escape it. I can't fucking escape it. Let's get off the goddamn flea market. But not the point. We've already seen it with some items this wipe, and, you know, it's worked pretty flawlessly, in my opinion. But people that, you know, kind of know where the marked keys are somehow, you know, they're kind of taking advantage of it. So that's exactly what I was talking about on the con side of things. So just let me know in the comments, man, what do you guys think about a barter-only flea market? Would you rather see the flea market not have any changes? Would you rather it go to a barter only? Would you rather them just completely remove the bitch? Let me know in the comments. I'm super interested to see what you guys have to say. I know tons of you guys have over 6,000 hours, and some of you are brand new to the game. So seeing all your opinions combined into one is always a good time for me. As always, leave that like, subscribe if you're new, sponsors and equipment in the description below. It's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm out.